Doomfist is arguably one of the most broken heroes in Overwatch. He's known for his 4-second one-shot ability that takes 0 aim to land, and everyone knows needs a nerf, but will never happen because, of course, the Overwatch developers need something broken in the game to one-trick to get their GM every season. So with that being said, in this video I'll be teaching you how to consistently counter Doomfist and highlight all of his weaknesses just so you guys don't want to uninstall and lose your rank to the one smurfing Doomfist that always happens to be on the other team but never on yours. So starting with the basics, the hard counters to Doomfist are Sombra, Hog, Mei, and Reaper. So I'm going to go kind of fast because there's not really much to say. I'm just going to go over the basics of what to do on each of these heroes when you're versing a Doomfist that's right-clicking your team. So Sombra, obviously focusing your hacks on the Doom will like fuck him up. And obviously use your mic too, because obviously when you right click him, also another fucking broken ability, it takes away all of his CC and all of his abilities, so he's basically feeding. He hits E on your backline. Oh, I right clicked him, and now he can't use any of his abilities, and it's an easy kill. So Sombra, hard counter, 100%. Hog, whenever he dives, you can just save your hook for when you think he's gonna initiate. It's not like you're gonna save your hook all the game, right? And just like never use it, and then the Doom dies, and then you get a hook, right? You kind of have to have that game sense where you are still using your hook. Like Roadhog, you kind of want to use your hook a lot, but when the team fight starts breaking out and stuff, then you want to start saving it and check on your backline for the Doomfist who's gonna be diving it, because then it's a free kill if you can land that hook. And then Mei is kind of the same thing as Hog, but you need to be like a bit closer to your support so you can freeze him and left click him. And also Mei is really good against him because you can cryo. So basically, say he's charging up a rocket punch, right? Right when he starts the rocket punch, like after he charged it up and stuff, then you cryo. He hits your cryo, and then he's right there in front of you, so you can freeze him. So yeah, but like I said about playing a bit more passive, if you play a bit more passive by your supports, obviously he's gonna die your supports and you're already right there, so it's just gonna make your job a lot easier if you're already by your Anna, for example, who he's diving. But also with all these characters, you gotta keep in mind that there's many styles to play Doomfist. So sometimes he might be like focusing on just CCing your Ryan in the front, but also he might just be like diving also, so you need to keep that in mind as well. Reaper, he's really strong as well because he's super sustainable and he's very good at peeling, because whoever dives him, he could just like two-shot him with the shotguns. And yeah, Doomfist, and like also like the same thing with Cryo, you can use Wraith to bait out some of his abilities, so that's super strong as well. These soft counters are heroes that won't completely take a shit on Doomfist, but make him feed, because when played right, you can make it way harder for him to have a bigger impact on the game, okay? So first is Zarya, because whenever, I mean this one's kind of obvious, whenever someone gets dived, they're about to get E, uppercut, CC, left click, right click, CC'd, E, seismic slam, uppercut, right click. You can just hit E on them and bubble them. So either his abilities don't land, or he can't do any damage with his left clicks or with his shots. So yeah, Zarya bubbles, and if you get good timing with it, it's super strong, right? Like if you time it well, a good time bubble will look like, okay, he's charging up his right click, he hits my teammate, but she's about to hit the wall, so then you hit the bubble, so you get the charge from it as well. So, and then he's already committed to the dive, so then you can kill him. So Zarya, you need to play it right and have good game sense, and she counters him pretty well. And then the next hero on the list is Doomfist, and Doomfist can counter Doomfist just like a Tracer can counter a Tracer. It's kind of like the same thing, like how Orion can counter Orion, and you just need to be the better the better Doomfist, right? So going back to like what I said before, there's multiple playstyles to Doom, but you can play like where you're protecting your supports, waiting for either their Tracer, their Doomfist in this case, to dive, and then you can outdoom him with the help of your supports, and then after he's dead, you're up 6v5, and then you can go mess up their supports without having to worry about with the Doom dead. Okay, so that is also another way to go about it. McCree, because I mean McCree's kind of obvious. You need to play smart again, like all these characters. You need to be kind of smart, but it's kind of like the hack and the cryo and the bubble. You want to save it, right, and use it at the right time. So like it's pretty common sense. With Doom dives, you stun him. Then if you land the stun on him, it's a free right click. If you right click all 6 bullets into him, he's dead, right? So really any stun is gonna counter Doomfist pretty hard, because it can cancel his abilities but also make him an easy kill, right? Next, this one's kind of obvious, is Pharah, because Doom can't kill Pharah. Has nothing that can kill her, right? Pharah's just in the air, you get free shots on him. Yeah, that's just that. Okay, so for this next section is for all the support mains like me. I'll be just giving one tip for each support against Doom. So when he tries to dive you with all 3 CC abilities, hold on, let me repeat that. 3 CC abilities. Hopefully it won't make you want to break your keyboard after this section, so you know what to do, right? So first, Anna, you need to have good sleep accuracy, and you can actually practice your aim in so if you go to game browser and type in the top right in the search bar, just type in aim arena, and there's always people hosting these arenas where basically you can just pick any aim character, and there's just like a big square that you just practice your aim, and other people whatever. But Anna, you can practice your sleep darts in there, and that's actually gonna be really helpful, because if you miss your sleep and you die, you're gonna probably lose a team fight, which can lose you a game, just one sleep dart. So you need to make sure you're not missing that. For Baptiste, Doomfist is kind of a hard counter, because he can hit you out of the immortality field. So it's kind of the same thing as Hog, right? Where you like, no, it's not the same thing as fucking Hog. But you basically want to be like, you want to know where Doom is at all times and be ready to use your 20-second cooldown to counter his 4-second one shot. That's the only way to counter it. That's the only way. And also, he can also, with the rocket punch, boop you out of your 20-second cooldown immortality field. So, but it's completely balanced and fair. Anyway, completely balanced. But you need to, like, if he's about to, say for example, he's about to rocket punch you, you need to have, like, you don't want to use your immortality field too early, because he can just cancel it and disengage, right? And then come back, like, while your thing is still on cooldown. Your immortality field's still on cooldown. But right when he starts to punch, then you want to throw it, and if like you're right on a wall, he can get you, but you need help from your teammates as well, because say you throw it down, he punches at you, you're 40 health inside your immortality field, he uppercuts you, which goes just above your immortality field, so he has enough time to left click you and shoot you, which and so he has just enough time to kill you. So so yeah, BAP is kind of a hard one against Doom. Like you need to like obviously call it out when you're getting dove, but also you can left click him and shoot him like on the way in and while you're diving. That's why earlier I was talking about you need to know where he is and when he's diving and where he's diving, where he's coming from, what abilities he used. You need to keep all that in mind. Alright, Brig is kind of a counter, but also kind of not, because well, her shield bash and her shift are huge counters, okay? Because those are both CCs and her shield is stun. So but you're probably not gonna 1v1 a Doomfist by yourself, right? So you need to call it out when you're getting dove, and like, well, because you can buy yourself enough time with the shield and your shift. So yeah, that's Brig. Lucio, to be honest, I'm not really sure what to say. I mean, because I never really played Lucio, but I mean, obviously you can wall ride. It's going to be hard for Doomfist to hit you while you're wall riding, because his abilities are basically all ground based. So but yeah, Mercy, you see Doom initiating on you, hit shift, fly to your teammate who can protect you. You just need to watch out for the right click again, because you can get caught out pretty easy with that. Moira can actually be pretty hard for Doom to kill, because you can bait his ability, like his punch or his seismic slam, with your fade, right? So say he's punching at you, right when he's about to hit you, you fade towards your teammates and start focusing him, and he basically has like 2 or maybe even 3 of his abilities burned after you fade. Or even if he does have an ability left, you can, if you call it out in time, your team has enough time to turn around and kill him, and then you're up 6v5. So basically Moira is all about fade timing. And then for Zen, Doomfist counters you pretty hard. He can just E, uppercut you, kind of nothing you can do about it, because you have no CC, no movement abilities, kind of nothing. So it's kind of like before. You need to have the game sense, and you need to have like that mental map of where the Doomfist is at all times, because if you can predict or know where he's diving you from, like before he dies you have enough, that gives you enough time to charge up a right click, which you can one burst to Doom if you hit your right clicks and you have good aim. You could practice that in the aim arena too. That's going to be very helpful. But yeah, like I said, Doom is gonna kind of mess you up, so you need to be landing those right clicks as much as possible. But the other thing is with Zen, he's gonna, most of the time you're positioned pretty far back, right? Because you have no fall off damage, which, so far back is gonna be your pretty much your effective range, right? So if Doomfist is gonna get to you, he's gonna have to use a lot of resources getting there, like 2, maybe even 3 of his abilities to get to you, without, like, you know. So he's gonna have to use a lot of abilities. So even if he does kill you, your teammates can probably trade, as long as you're not out of position, but you're still gonna be down usually in that fight. A healer is usually more valuable than a DPS, but it is what it is. At least you traded. Alright, that's it for the video. I hope I saved at least one broken keyword today. And if you made it to the end, I just want to say a huge thank you for the support. Comment what video you guys want to see next, and thank you again.